CKNW Weekend with Tim Dickert.
Thank you for listening to the weekend show. We're almost wrapped up. We've got another half hour to go here. Remember, if you ever want to weigh in on anything you hear on the show, you can send me an email. It's tim, at cknw.com. You can also give our Buzz line a call, 604-331-BUZZ. That's right, 604-331-BUZZ. In February of this year, the Vancouver Parks Board Commissioners are going to vote on a new joint operating agreement that'll oversee recreation facilities. Strathcona Community Centre Association, though, is asking the Park Board to provide an additional $200,000 annually as part of this new joint operating agreement. The association currently fills the gap by fundraising over $1 million every year through grants and donations. Of course, depending on fundraising makes the center's programs vulnerable and unstable. Joining us on the line now is Shannon Williams. She's the association president for Strathcona Community Centre. Shannon, thanks for taking the time today.
Oh, hi. Thank you very much for having me.
So, could you explain the new agreement to us?
Well, it's quite complicated. And as you said, it covers the relationship between the Park Board and community centre associations across the city. And each association has a separate appendix dealing with issues that are unique to their own community.
Okay.
And because all of the the majority of community centres in Vancouver are operated jointly between the Park Board and volunteer community centre associations.
Right.
Which are locally... Sorry.
No, go on. So what I was going to ask, though, is what were you finding that Strathcona Community Centre's unique challenges are?
Well, our unique challenges are that we need, our unique challenges are funding. We operate in a neighborhood that has unique challenges. We are located in the downtown east side, which is one of Canada's poorest postal codes. 2/3 of our clients require subsidies in order to participate in our programs, and all of our programs lose money. So for us, our big issue is sustainable funding.
Right.
And we are, like you say, we're asking for $200,000, additional amount of $200,000 a year funding. And that really is just to help us operate our programs. Currently not only do all our programs run at a loss, but we're dependent on fundraising to provide these programs. And we fundraise in excess of $1 million a year, our staff and our board, through grants, donations, and fundraising events. And private and corporate donors are really filling the gaps now, but that's just not sustainable into the long term.
Now, for the person who doesn't live in Strathcona, who doesn't use the Strathcona Community Centre, but pays taxes in Vancouver, and so their money would be going to this. What do you say to those people about why it's important for the community centre to get this money?
Well, our recreation facilities, these are all public. The community centres are all public facilities that encourage healthy lifestyles and active, engaging people in recreation and cultural activities and arts activities. And these are public facilities, and they're really being offered to everyone in the city. And we think it's important as a city that what services are being provided in other parts of the city be able to be provided in our neighborhood. And right now, that's not the case. And in addition to that, without additional funding, because we have such precarious funding model, because we're so reliant on fundraising, our key programs are in jeopardy of closing, and those are our food programs and our childcare programs, and those are really fundamental programs that support vulnerable populations in our community. And they're key, and they're the cornerstone to being able for people to be able to participate and engage in recreation and activities, because people need food and people need childcare in order to work, in order to enjoy recreation, and in order to even have time to engage in activities other than just the bare survival, getting food on your table and trying to get by.
Now, do you see the Strathcona Community Centre as sort of a hub for the community?
Oh, definitely, yes. I think most community centres are, but ours definitely is. It's a place where people can go. Either it's a safe place to hang out. There's some people come and just hang out and watch TV, or it's a safe, warm place to be. And then we provide programming from, for infants to seniors. And it's entirely accessible. So our mandate and our model of, because of the public in our neighborhood, is we make it entirely accessible. So anyone can come to our center, and if you can afford to pay the fee, great. And if you can't, you can participate to the same degree as anyone else. So it's definitely a hub, because it's in an area, in a part of town where there aren't a lot of recreational opportunities. There's sort of Raycam and ourselves. It's a lifeline to lots and lots of people.
So do you think...
recreation and socializing and all sorts of things.
Do you think these community centers like yours are more important in neighborhoods like the downtown east side because, they do offer that lifeline?
Yes.
Yeah.
We don't have a lot of other, there aren't a lot of private recreation or fitness facilities or, cultural, there aren't a lot of private facilities that in our neighborhood. So our community centers provide they're basically it in our neighborhood for recreational activities.
What kind of reaction are you getting from the Parks Board from your request?
Well, I think they definitely understand our unique challenges, and they have been open to hearing us and working with us. And I think the challenge is trying to get the money to make this happen. So, we're definitely hopeful, and we're working with them. But it's a unique challenge, and we appreciate it's hard for the Park Board. But this joint operating agreement is committing our association for the next 15 years, and knowing that the needs in our neighborhood are increasing, we just can't, we can't kind of carry on as it's structured now. It's too vulnerable.
How have you seen, how have your needs sort of changed, say, over the last 5 or 10 years?
Well, I think increasingly people are finding it harder to make ends meet, and we're seeing that at our center in terms of more people coming to our food program, and more people just becoming dependent on some of our support mechanisms. So, for example, for our food security program, because of the needs in our community, we provide a breakfast program, we provide a backpack program, and which is food that people can take home for the weekend, and we provide snacks. And it's based on the students at our local, at Lord Strathcona Elementary School and their families. But we're currently, our breakfast program, we feed about 120 breakfasts each day.
Wow.
And we provide backpacks to 170 families, which is approximately 420 individuals each week. And we're seeing the needs increase. And it's really, really challenging. And we've been lucky that we have some very generous and committed corporate donors and private donors. And but it's just, we need something more solid looking as we go forward.
If there were people who wanted to have their voice heard on how the Parks Board maybe spends this money, or or if people who've heard your story and want to help out, is there a place they can go?
Yes, we would encourage people. There's the public meetings for where the joint operating agreement will be discussed is being held on February 8th and possibly February 9th, depending on the number of speakers. It'll be at the WASC Center at the SFU Center for Dialogue downtown at 6 p.m. We are really encouraging people to go to our Facebook page, the Strathcona Community Center Association Facebook page, and you can message us and we can contact you and provide more information. And we're hoping that people will come out and support us, and that the Park Board will we'll be able to find a way to make our center more sustainable. And so we would love all the support we can get on February 8th and 9th. And like I say, the information's on our Facebook page. So we would really encourage people to contact us.
Great. Shannon, thank you so much for taking the time today. I really appreciate it.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
That is Shannon Williams. She's the association president for Strathcona Community Center. It's interesting how in so many of these neighborhoods, how important the community centers are. I know for me growing up, I grew up in Langley. Community centers weren't really an important hub for us out there. but you can see it if you spend some time in Vancouver. You can see how important they are for the different neighborhoods. So, if you want to help out, then you just head on over to the websites, and you'll be able to get the information there. We're going to take a quick break. We're going to come back on CKNW Weekend here and wrap up the show. That's next on Newstalk 980 CKNW.